if I still have a knack for pissing people off, shall we? Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and this is where I talk whatever the crap about whatever the crap I want to. I don't know if any of you recall. If you're new to my channel, you probably don't know, but a couple of years ago I uploaded a video called A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, How to Kill a Franchise. And to date, it is my most controversial video that I have ever posted. I would say it is the video that I have posted that has the most engagement. Not necessarily positive engagement, but engagement nonetheless. People really didn't like that video. People didn't like the fact that I wasn't praising this book that was coming out, and they got really pissed off. Like, I'm talking really pissed off. Like, these people were so mad. They were insulting me. They were yelling at me. You can tell when people are yelling at you in a comment section. And they were just overall very volatile in response. Of course, there were people who agreed with me and were very nice about it. There were some who disagreed and were very nice about it. But as usual, they were kind of drowned out by those yelling and screaming and calling me fat and ugly because I didn't like the fact that Suzanne Collins was writing another Hunger Games book. And it didn't matter how much I stated at the start of the video that I was a fan of the Hunger Games and grew up with the Hunger Games and how much the Hunger Games meant to me. I was still insulted and called a fake fan, and basically just because I wasn't blindly praising the fact that this book was coming out a couple of years ago, people were very, very angry. And they were very, very open about expressing it. I hope they got some sort of cathartic release from yelling at me about a book that most people didn't really think was worth publishing anyway. I haven't really seen... I mean, most of the responses I've seen from people actually reading the book is very kind of reaction. And I just don't know whether that makes the book worth existing or not, but I'm sure there are people out there who loved it, so I suppose that does validate its existence. I'm going to elaborate on the points I was trying to make in that video because there is a wider picture, not just in relevance to A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but in a wider kind of spectrum of a trend that has formed within popular modern media. So, welcome to How to Kill a Franchise 2 Electric Boogaloo. Let's see if people get as mad at me this time around. Basically, the point I was making in my original video was that I didn't like the fact that Suzanne Collins was continuing on almost a decade after, I think it actually was a decade after, she finished writing Mockingjay. The decade after the book, the final book in her series was released. Mainly because she promised, whenever the movies were finished, that she was going to move on to different things and write different things, and I was really looking forward to that as a reader. I was really looking forward to where she went next, because I have a real problem with authors overkilling their story and not leaving a lot to the reader's imagination. Like the Shadowhunters series with Cassandra Clare, how Harry Potter is never ending, and not because of the fan merch you can find at Primark, because J.K. Rowling keeps allowing movies and books and just everything under the sun to be made telling different stories in that universe. It has happened again most recently with Good Omens. Good Omens was a very popular... Well, it came into public recognition again whenever a TV series was released on Amazon Prime a couple of years ago starring David Tennant and Michael Sheen, telling the story of an angel and a demon who are trying to stop the apocalypse because they fell in love with the lives that they now lead on Earth. And people saw LGBT undertones to it. Some people just loved the friendship, some people loved the story and thought it was really well told. And it was very popular. It did very, very well. And it is based on a book that was written by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. And I read that book after watching the series, and I found that the series was a very accurate adaptation. I found it to be very loyal to the story and to the plot points. There was a wee bit at the end that they added in the TV show, but it didn't take away a whole lot to me. So I was very happy with that adaptation, considering how bad adaptations can go. I was very happy and the final result was great to me. It was fantastic. There's only one Good Omens book. Unfortunately, since the publication of the book, Terry Pratchett has passed away. And just this year, Good Omens 2 is in development in Amazon Prime. Neil Gaiman, who I really respect as a writer, I really enjoyed Good Omens and the work that he and Terry Pratchett put into that story, has a habit of being very volatile on Twitter when he is faced with criticism. And I would like to preface, Neil Gaiman is free to do whatever he wants with his work. I am just a girl in her bedroom with an opinion. I think that's what a lot of the people who get angry at me forget. I have no impact on anything. I am just someone talking to a camera in my bedroom with my dog. This is my opinion, but it has no bearing on anything. Because Good Omens is so popular, I feel like I'm going to get a lot of backlash because of my opinion on the fact that they're making a Good Omens 2. Because in the one series of Good Omens, they covered everything in the book. Everything was done. So they're doing a Good Omens 2 from scratch. And this is the problem that I have with adaptations. Whenever they get popular, they get squeezed beyond the written material that they're adapting. They get squeezed and pulled to their limit just to get more material out of it for another movie, another TV series, another whatever it is that's being adapted. Most commonly, it's a book to a visual medium that this happens. It happened with Harry Potter, with the Fantastic Beasts series. It's now happening with Good Omens. It's happening... Thankfully, the Hunger Games thing is a kind of unique situation where there is written material that they're adapting into a movie, but Suzanne Collins evidently didn't have any more ideas to write new books and return to the Hunger Games as a comfort cushion because it is obviously going to make money. And it did. It's successful. That's why they do it. Neil Gaiman claims that he and Terry Pratchett were working on a second book before Terry Pratchett passed away. And I can't dispute whether that's true or not. But there isn't a second book. And I feel like the first series was so good that trying to make more of it is just asking for it to get bored and tired and not as good or enjoyable as the first series was. And it can't possibly be for money that Neil Gaiman is doing this for, because not only is his series The Sandman being currently in adaptation talks or in casting, he also has American Gods I think it's finished. It's either finished or it has like 3 series already on Amazon Prime, which was immensely popular. So it can't be a money issue that's making him do it. So it clearly, hopefully, I really hope that it is a passion project, that he wants to make more. People love David Tennant and Michael Sheen's dynamic. People love the story. And I can understand people wanting to see more of that. However, sometimes leaving them wanting more is the best idea. It's the best thing, because it means that it leaves things to the imagination. It doesn't overkill things by pretty much taking your hand and leading you through what happens next. And you're not at risk of running it into the ground. So I don't understand the point of Good Omens 2. In the same way I didn't understand the point of A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And I'm actually expecting an angrier reaction to this video than I got from my Ballads and Songbirds and Snakes video, which will be pretty impressive because people really, really, really didn't like that video, because people connected so much with Good Omens and are excited for season 2, and I can respect that and I understand that. I'm just not one of those people. I enjoyed season 1 and I felt like it should have stayed that way because it told the story in the book and it told it well and it ended. So I don't know what I'm going to do about Good Omens 2, whether I'm going to watch it or not. I might watch it to make a video on and give my thoughts if anyone cares. Might be an even more volatile video that people will hate. My point is that there's nothing wrong with leaving an audience wanting more. because I find that a lot of things nowadays are remakes or re-adaptations or stretching things out so thin that it's not really enjoyable anymore and there's no story left to tell. I used to be devastated that Shadowhunters on Netflix was cancelled, but since it was given one more series to finish up its story, I feel like it ended at the right time. Because it was very much at risk of becoming like the books it was based on, stretched to death to the point that there are still books coming out to this day in that series. There's nothing wrong with writing new stories, creating new stories, developing new stories. There are plenty out there. It's not like we're short of stories out there to adapt. And I just find that instead of stretching series that were so good into something that could possibly end up overstaying its welcome, it just seems counterproductive to me. But if you're looking forward to Good Omens 2, then I'm really happy for you. If you enjoyed A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I'm really happy for you. If you're one of those people who commented on A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and were really angry, I don't know why. Because it's just me. Like I say, my opinion doesn't have a bearing on anything. I'm lucky if my videos get like 10 views, so I hope you're feeling better now that it's been a few years. I hope you're doing better and you're not shouting abuse at people on their YouTube videos. I hope you're better. Anyway, that's my video. What do you think? Are you looking forward to Good Omens 2? Are you not looking forward to Good Omens 2? Let me know down below. Like, comment and subscribe. Buy my book. Don't do any of that if I don't want you to. I don't want you there if you don't want to be there. And remember, there is nothing wrong with telling a new story. And I am just a random girl with green hair and a dog in her bedroom posting videos to a channel that is not popular, but I still enjoy doing it, so really my opinion means nothing. Don't get so pressed. I'll see you next time, guys.